shorty got a man, but she saying wife me. I got checks coming in like a pair of Nikes. If I like it, then.
Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down, Rivers. They'll run the screen with Mack. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Rivers pass.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Brings up second.
A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack.
Marlon Mack, the ball carrier.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
A gain of
so from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Allen able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. He's going to let this one go deep. This is intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. A first carry now for Thompson. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun is Minshew. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. The 30. The 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Robinson. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
32-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards, a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
We go! 10-2 stop. It's on field. It's on field. Hey, it's on out. 58, boys. 58. 58. Come on. Go. Go. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Look at me. Go. Go. Kill. Go! Shoot! Watch safety green. Watch safety green.
On first down, it's Thompson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
The tackle made.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
For a Jaguars. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Did you see how the linebackers froze for just a second? That's why you run play action. You want to keep them rooted in the spot and create a little bit of extra space so your tight end can find some room behind him. And then the quarterback finds his target downfield, and he turns it into 6 points.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Rivers and the Colts going to come up first and 10 at the 40. He'll start by handing this off to Mack. And some room to work. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
It's a gain of.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing, offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
First down, Indianapolis.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Running the sweep, Hilton with it. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard.
On 2nd and 12, Rivers. His throw caught right around the 6. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run here with Mack. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Down at the 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Mack. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
D.D. Westbrook on the return. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Minshew. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. That's Darius Leonard, the linebacker who got in and got him to the turf.
Loss on the play.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The Colt ball carrier.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On 2nd down now, it's Mack. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard. And it's
On 3rd down, Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, They're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Their own 39-yard.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd down, it's Thompson. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39.
Julian Blackman on the tackle. It's a gain of 3. Brings up
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
their own 36-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Taken in by the tight end Doyle.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And here comes Westbrook. 31 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Thompson. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
The tackle.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
At the 26.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them. Trying a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The tackle made.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards there and a 1st down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
15-yard line.
And it's caught. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. James Robinson, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. And the lead is now 2.
Makes the score Jaguars 14, Colts 12. For Jacksonville.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Rivers. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Florida, C.J. Henderson. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college. And our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D lineman, you play the run. Linebacker.
And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Rivers. And he's got his man Hilton. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Minshew, 1st and 10. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first. Half.
At the 9-yard line.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Hey, Haywood! Hey!
From the gun, Minshew to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Get back on my feet and get right. Watch him work, watch him hate, watch him lurk, can't relate, watch him
Likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Check now. 54. Let's go defense. Let's go defense. All right, here we go. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Defense.
They'll try and run for it. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Chris Thompson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And that will make this a 16-point lead.
Makes the score Jaguars 28. Colts 12.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So that'll back them up 5. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set them back 5 yards.
This is Dev B Music.
Hey yo, yeah. Nike check. I done made about $1 million and I'm only 19. Icy water dripping on a white tee.